Hey, I'm Lauren, and I'm learning all of the stitches in the Royal School of Needlework Book of Embroidery, so you can too. Today we're going to be looking at chain stitch, which is traditionally thought of as an outlining stitch, but I want to use it as a filler. So we're going to start by coming up at point A and coming down at point B in the same hole that you entered up through. We're also going to hold onto our thread to create a little loop and not pulling it all the way through, and then coming up a stitch lengths away with point C and looping our thread over the needle before pulling it all the way tight. Also, before completely pulling it taut, I will pull it in the direction that I'm actually stitching just to make it lay flat. Now your point C actually turns into a point A, and we're going to go down at point B through the loop that you just made and coming up at point C a stitch lengths away again. And now we've officially started our chain with 2 complete stitches. Now while I do love this stitch, it can take a long time. Like just getting halfway through this circle takes about 30 minutes in real time, and you really want to make sure that you're pulling each stitch tight to build some consistency. My other small beef with this stitch is that while most embroidery stitches are pretty forgiving and easy to like tie off and cut out later, this one is a little less so because you're looping the thread together. I've started to run out of thread in the middle of my circle, so I'm going to plunge my needle down on the other side of my loop to secure it to the fabric, and will then be able to tie off on the back like any finishing stitch. Now with some new thread, I'm going to come up through my loop like I normally would, and going down back through the loop and into the hole that I originally came up through. Just be careful not to hit your knot on the back, and we'll continue to pull our thread through, holding onto our loop, looping it over the needle, and then completing the stitch by pulling it all the way tight. What can I say? We got a lot of pulling and looping in this one. And here we can start to see the texture come through with 3 completed rows. I don't have a finished piece today because like I said, this takes a really long time. But as always, if you want the book or need some supplies, links are in my bio.